welcome back to Paul's Railroad. I know it's been several weeks since my last upload of video, and to be quite frank with you, I was really trying to upload a video a week, but this is a hobby, and I do have a full-time job, and I'm not a YouTube star yet. Make that happen for me. Then I'll upload videos often, a lot more often. I digress. Anyhow, I have got some things done, and I want to give you an update of where I'm at so far. As you can see beside me and behind me, the bench work for the model railroad is complete. Yay! Um, I know it's not pretty. I'm sure you guys who are really into this have watched 100 different videos on guys building stuff, and they got all this fancy brand spanking new wood, and it looks really awesome and stuff. I'm not building a house here. I'm building the table for a model railroad, and everything that you see in front of me was free. And that I like free. Free is cheap, and I'm not cheap. Yeah, I'm cheap. What can I say? Anyway, I think we all like free. All the painted pieces are from a really old project that I dismantled a while ago, and I knew I'd find use for the wood again, and I did. And these long 8-foot sections, these came from work. My receiving manager, my buddy Bob, we get things in that are crated up sometimes, and he takes these off. We have to take them off to store the product, and he saves it because, like me, he likes to reuse things that are not terribly bad or not to be wasteful. And thanks, Bob. I appreciate it, man. I mean, I don't know if you guys have anybody have priced lumber lately, but 8-foot 2x4s, they're not that cheap. Uh, Granted, they're not top of the line, but who cares? Um, all the cripples in the center here, these all came from my previous layout table. I reused. I mean, it works great. Uh, the footprint of this railroad, as of today, is 11 feet wide across the back and 8 feet deep. Now I have a whole other section of basement that I need to clean out, and eventually maybe it'll go that way. That's why it's on this end, and there's an opening right here. Um, it is stands as of right now 38 inches tall. By the time I get the plywood top on and some foam on, it's going to be right around the 40-inch mark, which I think is it's a pretty good height for standing and operating, and even if I just want to sit down and rail fan and watch my trains go around in circles, basically. So we've got that. As you can see, I left plenty of room to get around the side here. And as I had mentioned, there's an opening on this side. So I have access to these sides relatively well if I need to. The back here is shallower than the side, so we can reach that very easily. And back to the ugliness of it. Another reason why it doesn't matter is once we get the top on, once we get the railroad built, I'm going to put fascia board on. And under that fascia board, I'm going to have curtains. So this is all going to be hidden. And the only person or people that are going to know what this looks like are me and now all of you. So just forget you saw this after you watch the video, okay? Just remember the pretty parts, aka me. No? Oh, I tried. Um, well, let me pull the camera off the tripod here and bring you in for a little closer look, and I'll show you a few little things that I did that, some maybe you don't think about right away, but it's better to do now while this is all wide open, and it is to try to do it once you got the top on, you're starting to build stuff, and you realize, oh, I wish I would have done that. So give me just a second, and I'll come get that camera. Okay, as you can see, this is nothing but butt joints, just screws and butt joints. Oh, and I did lie. I did have to buy a box of screws. I actually bought a 5-pound box, but I use them for everything. So maybe I got $1 in this? $2? Okay. I digress. Anyhow, hopefully you can see this is actually very sturdy, and that is thanks to angle supports I put in against the legs and the frame, going both directions. And that's really all you need. You don't. I've seen people have long supports going all the way across the bottom and side to side, and angles. Angles are where's that, man? That works great. All my cripples. You see all my cripples? I have holes here, and as I'm sure you might be able to guess, that is for the wire runs. I like to keep things nice and neat and tidy, so that's going to work. I'm sure you've seen it done in other videos. Since this back part is a little bit narrower, I only put one larger hole in the center here. Everything's gonna gang together and come right there. Again, nothing fancy, just a bunch of ugly old 2x4s that I either had laying around, I reused, or were given to me. So that's the greatest part about this. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to get sheathing on the top. I got some plywood out in the garage. 3 sheets of 4x8. I'm only going to use 2 sheets and a quarter of a sheet. So let's get that done, and we'll come back and we'll see what that's going to look like. All right, everyone. The tops are on temporarily. Um, it looks kind of weird, right? Just big old squares. I did this because I'm going to actually cut some kind of curvature into the top. But of course, I'm not going to do that until I actually have figured out what my layout is going to be. And that leads me to the big question. What am I going to do? I don't know yet. Um, I have no problem designing rolling stock and buildings in 3D and printing them out. It's easy. Figuring out my layouts, that keeps stumping me. I do know elements that I want. I know that I want a mountain with a tunnel. Everybody wants mountain with tunnels, right? Uh, I know that I designed a really big manufacturing facility that I want to put on this layout. Definitely would like to have some kind of a either. I'm definitely going to use that engine house that I built in the previous video, and I also have built a 6-stall roundhouse. It's my first build. I'm not too happy with it, so I might redo it if I decide to use that. I'd like to maybe put that on there. Um, Again, a town, small town, kind of like the town I live in. I like to have that. And just water features, like there's some bridges and water crossings. Don't know the style, if it's going to be, tall bridges and deep water crossings or small. I don't know any of that yet. I'm a visual guy. That's how I design things. I've looked at books, I've looked at track plans, and I like this element and that element, but I just can't, until I can get track on this table, start moving things around and get a bunch more buildings finished and put on the table and placed where I think they're going to go. It'll start to come together then. So it's still going to be quite a while before we have anything on here that's going to be permanent. But as you can see, it's all on here. Again, it's going to be cut. This is going to be cut back quite a bit. I mean, I left this out very deep. Uh, it's probably going to come back to probably here at least, and round the corners off. And like I said, I don't know if they're going to be matching curvatures, but nature does not make square things, and we want this to look realistic. So we're going to have some curvatures here. But anyways, that's all I got for today. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to tap that bell icon for notifications of future uploads, and hit the like button if you don't mind. That helps me in the statistics so people will see my videos. And like I said, help me become a YouTube star. Yeah, that'll never happen. We can all dream, right? Anyways, have a good one. I'll see you next time, and Merry Christmas.